Hi, good evening, everyone. Just give me a second while I'm trying to set this up, and I'll just disable the waiting room so people can join in. Yes. How are all of you doing? I see a lot of you have come a little early, and it's so very exciting to have so many of you here today before time. Of course, we have a lot of people, but a lot of you are here before time, and I'm very excited about it, which means that this poster that we did with this business opportunities for the 50 plus is working. That is what I believe. While we wait for one more minute, please use the chat box and tell me what's very exciting for Diwali at your home, or at your family, or within your city. What's more exciting with respect to the upcoming Diwali, that's happening at your home, in your family, or in your city? Please use the chat box and talk to us, friends. Um, Excellent. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Off from back to back phone calls from office. Hey, thank you, Raj, for sharing that, and thank you for sharing. I mean, thank you for coming today, despite your back to back phone calls. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining in. Yes, a few more. Just as we warm up, my question was, what's exciting for Diwali at your home, within your family, or at the place that you are. That was my question, and I'm waiting for answers from all of you. Am I audible? I hope all of you are able to hear me. Yes, because I'm actually in quite a noisy place, so I just wanted to make sure that I am audible to everyone. Okay, so while you think of what to respond to the question, let's just go around and just say hi to a couple of people. Oh, wonderful. Annamalai ji, good evening. Maharaj, hi, hello. Paddy, good evening to you. Suresh ji, wonderful to see you. Pradeep Kumar, awesome that you're here today again. As always, Sabri Giri Nathan, welcome to our webinar. Sumati, so nice of you to be here. And we have Mahalakshmi Prabhakar and Raj to all of you. A very warm welcome. We have another, yes, thank you. So my question, see, I'm unfortunately not able to move to the next slide because Diwali is a time of celebration, and you're not telling me how you're celebrating. Come on. You're not telling me how you're celebrating. So please use the chat and tell me how you're celebrating. I'm going to tell you how I am. So I am going on a family vacation for 2 weeks. That's how I am celebrating Diwali. We are off to my brother's place. It's a big family get together, and something that I have learned through this program, that family traditions and family bonding is very important. And that's something that I'm doing. Yes. Oh, so family gatherings is okay. So now we are getting into the group, huh? Yeah. So the group doesn't start at 9 p.m. It actually starts at 9:05 p.m., I guess. Excellent family gatherings. Thank you, Mahalakshmi, for sharing. We have my kids will be coming home from college hostel. Wonderful. How nice, right? So meeting them after quite a bit. Very nice. The celebrations are yet to start. Absolutely. Yet to start. The celebrations are yet to start, but there are some celebrations that are going to happen. Let's see. Let's see what are our other friends doing. Um, Pradeep, how is it going to go for you? Annamalai ji, how is it going to go for you as well? Yes. So there are a couple of people who have just joined, and for them, I'm just repeating the question. So the question, and you can use the chat, is tell us how you're going to welcome Diwali, how you're going to celebrate Diwali, either at your home with your family or at your hometown, whatever it is, how you are going to celebrate Diwali is the question. It's an occasion for every person to share love and affection. So very true. Yes, yes. So very much true. Thank you for sharing. Sabri Pradeep Kumar says, as usual, 4 days holidays. Wow. Diwali. When we were children, there were three reasons why we would remember Diwali, right? Jagan, we would remember that for the crackers, because we would buy in loads and loads of crackers. And second, we would also remember because we would have a lot of sweets and karam. And third, as Pradeep has rightly mentioned, we would remember it because of the holidays. So very true. Thank you for bringing that up, Pradeep. Yes, Anamalaji says, my son with grandchildren are joining me. Excellent time. You have three generations, you, your son, and your grandson. Fantastic, fantastic. And Paddy says, Diwali doesn't excite me. It will be cozy time at home with my husband and sister-in-law. However, I'm wary of fireworks and the noise and the smoke. Yes, I agree. Several years ago, it used to be exciting, new clothes, children, but now it's mostly diet, and most members and relatives are far away, and we wish each other on the phone. Very true. And this is what life brings us. uh, every person's experience is unique, and it is okay to be that way, right? There is not one blanket experience that everyone has, and every individual's experience is going to be unique. Even when you see on the chat, there are not everybody is telling the same thing, right? Some people are saying that, yeah, my family will be there. Some people are saying that it will be a holiday. Some people are saying that, yeah, we'll have nice food. And Paddy here says that, she's celebrating Diwali in solace. So she doesn't like fireworks and all of that, which is absolutely fine and has to be respected. Thank you very much for sharing, Paddy, about that. And excellent. Thank you everyone for having a wonderful start. Let's jump right in. We have business opportunities for the 50 plus, and how much more better would it be when we are talking about Diwali itself? Because Diwali itself is a great, beginning, or a great way for new beginnings. That is what Dasra and Diwali are, back in the days. So let's quickly look at what's happening with all of these things around us, and let's see how we can engage. So this is a very, very, very common phrase that we hear from many of the people around us. What society tells us is to slow down. Yeah. Do you agree? Society tells us to slow down. Family members tell us, Podo, you've done a lot. Now sit and relax. There are write-ups about, how you should not work anymore, and how this should happen and that should happen. So there are a lot of stereotypes about what we should do beyond our retirement, or beyond 50 years of age, whatever comes earlier. Uh, and there is this notion that, yeah, it asks us to slow down, but actually what research says is not to slow down, to keep us going. And through that, today, what I want to show you is 50 is not the finish line. It is actually a new starting line. It is finishing something, but there is going to be a new starting line there, right? And that's what 50 is going to be, or 55 is going to be, or 58 is going to be. And it need not be a finish line in terms of work, in terms of business opportunities, in terms of entrepreneurial opportunities at all, right? And that's something that we need to remember. that for the last 25 to 35 years, depending on what your age band is right now, we've spent working for others. It's time to make your experience work. So this is a great opportunity for us to look at how our experience can can work for us. So before I move to the next slide, how many of you agree to these stereotypes that the world around is designed to slow us down once we reach a certain age? How many of you agree, or what has been your experience about the society, about the world around us trying to slow us down once we reach the age of 50, or once we reach the age of 55, whatever it is? Please use the chat and please talk to me. um, the question is, what's your what has been your experience about wanting to slow down, about the world wanting to slow us down? Mhm. Yeah, yeah. The chat is open. The chat is open, and while you're typing whatever your experience is, I think one of the biggest experiences that I have seen with the people around us is there is this natural progression that, okay, uh, you know the everyone is getting old, and what's happening, everyone is retiring, everyone is giving up their work, and everyone is taking a back seat in their life, and hence I should also do the same thing, is what is the general notion that is happening. uh, but there is an alternate way, there is an alternate methodology, and this alternate way and alternate things are embraced quite a lot by the progressives. So today, through this session, we are inviting you to be a progressive. And I'm also going to show you some examples of how people have been, of how these are real life examples of how people have been progressive. While I have a few responses, so let's quickly look at them. Pradeep Kumar says 100% to turn back. Think some time for us, and this is the time to take a transformation leap. Need to start living for us more on me time. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So there is no need for us to actually slow down, Pradeep. That is what you're saying, right? It is time for us to start living. That is what you're telling again. And I so like your word, right? More on me time. Because as Pradeep has said, see, for the first 18, 20 years of our life, we go to school, we prepare for college, we have some fun in the process, but then colleges are competitive, education is not easy. We get through all the good grades and we do what we have to do, and then we start to work. Maybe we relax a bit, and in about 4 or 5 years again, we get married, and then the family way starts. And thereafter, what happens is, when, of course, that's the Indian culture, and I respect that culture, I respect that tradition, that we have to be responsible towards our family. I am one example of that, and I have embraced that. And then we have kids, the kids have to grow up, we have needs, we have wants, we have expectations, and all of that has to be met. And all of this sometimes feels like, okay, are we living for us? May not be, right? Then children grow up, then we have to start living for them. But there is some time, as Pradeep has mentioned, that, yeah, let me start living for me. And that is the time that we are talking about. Yeah, that's the progressive thought process. Correct. Sureshji says, to overcome aging, we should not stop, we should explore new opportunities. So very true. Absolutely true that we should not stop. And in fact, that is a very, very, very important point that Sureshji has brought out, that actually to counter aging, we need to be active, as against most of them saying that we should stop being active. The best way for us to live a healthier life is actually to be active than to not be active. Thanks, Surajji, for saying. Paddy says, I sometimes feel there is a lack of acceptance. For instance, I wanted to join a strangers day tour. They said eligibility is only up to age 45. Even if we say age is only a number, I feel young it is not perceived by others. Yes, true. And unfortunately, that's fortunately or unfortunately for most of us, that's the stereotypical world that we are in, right? And the only way to break the stereotypical world is for us to find our belonging place, for us to find our group, for us to find our resonating group. Maybe that group doesn't deserve you, right? And that's how I look at it. But anyway, thank you all of you for sharing your thought process. And having said that, when it's time to make experience work for you, that is what today's session is all about. We'll have a lot of question answers as we go along the way, because that's the best way to look at it. And let's first look at who have broken the stereotypes. Let's look at how things have changed, right? And how others have been successful. So I'm bringing you certain success stories of some seniorpreneurs who started their journey quite some time later. So the first example that I would like to bring to you is Ramji Swaminathan, who owns this company called Craftizen Engineering, right? He's been running this company for 7 years now. Of all the time, at the age of 74 in 2018, right? He used to do this passion of model making, rocket models, plane models, aircraft models, satellite models, and all of that. And somebody looked at it and they said, okay, why don't you make for us? And that us is ISRO. And since the last 7 years, it has now become a thriving business for him, where he has turned his hobby, his passion into a business at 80. He's young, he's active, and this is the source. If you find time, please Google him, please read about him. An excellent inspiring story for us. The next is, how many of you have heard Philo's Pickles? Have you guys heard of Philo's Pickles? People who are from Kerala, you may have heard, because Philo's Pickle, Philo Thomas, and or Philo's Pickles is very well known in Kerala. Of course, it's there across the world, but very well known in Kerala because of the mother-daughter duo, right? Sorry, mother and daughter-in-law duo. That's the combo that's working here. So the story goes like this, right? 67 after 67 years of living in Alappuzha in Kerala, both the mother and her daughter-in-law launched Philo's Pickles, and it has been 10 years now. They have turned this particular business. And see, when I say business, it's not a multi-billion dollar organization. No, it is what they want it to be, right? Nothing is small or big. It is what you want it to be. I run an organization. I have 94 people working for me. I have 3 branches in Coimbatore, in Chennai, and in Bangalore, and we serve 13 other cities in India. So that is not small, that is not big, right? That is what I want it to be, and I want it to be bigger one day, and that is definitely going to happen, right? So uh, it need not be $1 million venture, and only then it's a successful venture. Not at all. Absolutely. Authentic seafood is Philo's Pickle, right? That's very important. Yes. And then we have Dr. Sivaram Pillai, who is the owner of Proclean Technologies, who's been in the business for 13 years now, right? So not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years, 13 years. He started it in his 60s And today he is 73 and he's still running the business. He goes to office every day for about 2 to 3 hours. He manages the affair. He also, makes sure that his people are well taken care of. And that is where he feels that his prior experience, all of these people feel that their prior experience or prior passion has made a big impact in what they have chosen to do. So when we have so many success stories around us of people turning into successful business owners, successful entrepreneurs, even after they retire or even after they hit the 50 plus, why not us? Right? Why not us? So the first and foremost thing that we'll have to do is we'll have to break these stereotypes, and we can lead by example. Philos Pickles and Dr. Philo Thomas and everyone broke those stereotypes and brought something for us, right? And that is what we should also do. When the world says it is fair to slow down, actually it is not. Slowing down is counterproductive while aging. Yeah, I'm not saying that we should, run like PT Usha. That's not what I'm saying, or that's not what I'm advocating, but it's very important to break those stereotypes, to remain active. And that's why we have our foundation's name also as stay active movement, because staying active is very, very important, right? And that is where, if you see in our logo, there are three ways of how we connect. We connect, stay active through 3 dimensions. One is the mental dimension, the second is the emotional dimension, and the third is the family dimension. So through all of these dimensions, we are trying to stay active, and that's very, very important. We also, what societal impact that we bring in is we also boost the local economies, right? What happens is when we tend to do a business in the scale of our community, in the scale of our city, we are also trying to help the people around us. We are generating employment, we are doing so many things, and all of this will definitely be noted. We are also in some way mentoring the next generation, right? So when people work for you, you are sharing your wisdom, you are sharing your experience to them or with them, and that is also helping the society. And what else happens is there is intergenerational collaboration. See, somebody who's a 70-year-old need not always or only work with the 70-year-olds, right? They will work with the 40-year-olds. They will in turn work with the 20 or 25-year-olds. So what happens is there are multiple generations that are cutting through for making a business successful. And hence, somebody who's at 25 may bring a certain value to the business. Somebody who's at 45 may bring some other kind of value to the business, and somebody who's at 50 or 55 or 60 may bring another kind of value to the business. So all of these intergenerational business values can be brought in for the success of the business, and that's the kind of societal impact that we are able to help create when we are talking about all of these options, right? And that is also a very important aspect, because there are two aspects that we would have built by now. One is the credibility, and second is the network. Imagine, without credibility and without network, no money can buy credibility. No money can buy you a network, right? Both credibility and network are built on the foundations of time. You cannot just know 500 people overnight. It takes years of effort to build relationships, to build trust, to build credibility with 500 people. And that is a power that we have as business owners at the 50 plus age. Also credibility, right? We've spent 25 or 30 years doing something. We've proven ourselves. Some skill, either communication or management or human resources or accounting or finance or sales or business development, Name a specific skill, people management, something we have in us, which we have practiced over and over and over again. And that helps us build. I mean, these are the two very important assets that that we can use. And it's need not be, looked at only whether what I'm going to gain out of it. We should also look at what purpose and what impact am I going to create out of this business venture, right? Because we've always been in a gainful employment. We have gained a lot. Now, is there a way of how we can create, we can have a larger purpose and we can have a larger impact? So let's quickly see what kind of opportunities are there, right? And these are some very basic opportunities. Of course, I have a lot more as we go forward, but these are some of the very fundamental opportunities that I'm showing all of you. So there are various categories. The first category is the consulting or the advisory category, right? So in a consulting or the advisory category, what happens is that you can see here. So we are sharing our knowledge. We are sharing what we have learned over the last 25, 30 years. Some example opportunities, if you see, are HR, marketing, finance, operations. This is all places where we can share our knowledge and where we can share what we have learned over the last years. And here, what we leverage is our experience and credibility, of course, as you've seen. The next category is passion-based businesses. You can see here, passion-based. And when we talk about passion-based, we we do it because we love doing it. We do it because we may not have done it, but we want to do it. Something that brings us a lot of joy, something that changes the way we feel and we think about work. So work is not boring anymore. Work is interesting because we love what we are trying to do. So you look at baking, you look at gardening, you look at music, you look at writing, and uh, uh, do you know? I mean, I'm sure all of you know that there is a Tamil channel called the Village Cooking Channel. Jagan, do you know that, or anybody else? Do you know the exact name? If you know, can you please put it in the chat box? So there is this Tata from somewhere from a village near Pudukkottai, and he and his five children, all of these six people together create videos, cooking videos. Village Cooking Channel, that is right. Yeah, Village Cooking Channel. They create the cooking videos are in the open, right? And the village cooking videos, everything happens right here on the field in the farms. That's the place where, and they serve too. Yes, at the end they serve the meal too. So he started this channel purely out of his interest, which is passion based, and today it is one of the not one of the largest subscribed channel, Tamil channel. It has about 29 million subscribers, I've heard. Right? So they are converting hobbies into micro businesses. Of course, some of them become macro business as well, like this village cooking channel that I'm talking. Then we have digital and knowledge sharing, right? So when consulting and advisory is specific to a small group of people or a small group, the digital and knowledge sharing is more towards a vast group of people, where you can do online courses, you can do online coaching, you can use YouTube, and you can use podcasts to do what you want to do. And why it fits the 50 plus is because it is low cost, it is scalable, and it is flexible, right? So something that you know very well, through the digital platform, you can do it. And that learning is also a journey that you will go through. The fourth category is the social or community ventures. Some of the people whom I have interacted know, Akash, I have earned enough. My children have settled abroad. They are earning, enough. So there is no point in me earning money because I really don't need it anymore. Excellent. What else can you do? right? So in that case, you can use your time, you can use your resources, you can use your knowledge that you've gathered over the last 25, 30 years, and you can use them for the betterment of the community, for the betterment of the society at large. So senior well-being, for example, what, of course, I'm not a senior, but yet, this is something that we are doing through Stay Active movement. I didn't say Jagan is not a senior though, if you realized. Skill training, skills. Jagan, don't scold me for it, okay? Skill training, local volunteering based enterprises. So a lot of trusts, a lot of social ventures, a lot of community ventures. You see, they have a group of advisors who are usually executives who have spent quite some time working for other organizations who are now here advising how this community can make a great impact or how this community can do better social. They are usually purpose driven and socially rewarding, right? So here profit is not the motive, but impact or probably purpose is the motive. And in some small ways we have seen this. This is not something new. Have you maybe in your family or maybe in your colony or maybe in your community, you may have seen somebody, you know they become the head of, not the head of the church, but they take an important responsibility in the church or in a mosque or whatever our respective religions are, in a temple, and they look forward to religious fulfillment of of what they believe in, or probably they want to do good by God, by bringing in more people or by spreading more of what uh, the Bible, the Quran, or the Bhagavad Gita has to teach us. So that's the purpose. That's purpose driven and socially rewarding. Finally, we also have the franchisee and partner models, right? So this is service franchisees where you run a business based on an already designed success model. So franchisees are usually the ones who run it locally for a business which is already successful elsewhere, right? So there it's predominantly supported well by the master, the organization whose franchise we take up, and we have to run the show locally. Of course, different things have different things. So friends, while I spoke about all these 5 categories, please tell me, use the chat box. Oh, I can see that Mr. Kashi Vishwanathan has already mentioned, I relate to social and community ventures, right? He relates to it like that. What is it that you relate? It need not be only one, it could be multiple as well. What is it that you think you can relate to with the information that I have shown? Please use the chat box, and this is a good opportunity for us to talk. Also, please feel free to ask questions if you have in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer. So, Kashi Vishwanathan from Bengaluru says, I relate to social and community ventures. Excellent. And Paddy says, passion-based and community service. Excellent, excellent. So you have interest in 2 categories. One is passion-based, and another one is community service-based. Beautiful. Vijay Lakshmi says, I can align with technical consulting. Excellent. So that's the first category. And many times that's the category that that always stands out very quickly, because we've acquired something for 25, 30 years, and we are that knowledge is so deep rooted in us that we connect with it in an instant, right? And I know for a fact that um, I'll quote an example here. I had a client who retired two years ago, and he was in the pharmaceutical industry, and he was the head of quality of a very large a drug manufacturer. After he retired, you know what he did? He started consulting for other organizations to improve their quality, right? because he was in the quality line for 25-30 years. He started advising organizations of equal size, or of those who wanted to become big, of okay, what changes do they need to do, how to get there, what so on and so forth. So that's what Vijayalakshmi also says. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi, for sharing. Pradeep Kumar, digital and knowledge sharing, because experience itself is a good learning to share. Absolutely, absolutely. While consulting and advisory is specific to a few organizations, and you really go deep, digital and knowledge sharing is going wide, right? So that can also be a way of how you can attract clients for consulting and advisory, right? You go wide, you talk about what you know, and then people who want to know more from you will actually go deep, and they'll ask you for consulting or ask you for advisory. Thank you, Pradeep Kumar, for sharing. Sumati says online courses. Excellent, Sumati. That's digital and knowledge sharing. And Suresh ji says, I'm in consulting and advisory in finance, especially digital assets. Excellent. So you help people in the financial space. Absolutely. That is something that's quite relevant as well. And a trainer too. Beautiful. See, so if you see anybody else who wants to share, what you resonate with, we have 19 participants. Jagan is silent
Yes,
today.
Akash. I was thinking about the uh, you didn't put in anything related to AI. That is what I was just wondering.
Nice. AI is a so let's say AI, right? That is knowledge sharing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Or or you want to tell how AI can impact my business. Then that is consulting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is AI is a subject.
Okay.
So just like how I was talking about the pharmaceutical guy, right? The
Mm-hmm.
quality head. So like that, AI is a subject. Quality is a subject. AI is a subject. Suresh ji said he speaks about finance.
Digital assets.
Finance is a subject, right?
Hmm.
These are how we speak about our subjects. Is that helpful, Jagan?
Clear.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I'm sure a few others may
Because
also have had that question.
nowadays, like everywhere, wherever we turn, this is the two letters.
Yeah. AI is right there in this meeting. It has been asking me, can I turn on, can I turn on something? Can I turn on something?
Okay.
Excellent. Anybody else who have questions until now, or shall we start looking at few examples that I have for you?
Akash, I have one more question.
Yes.
Uh, would you okay? If somebody asks you this question, like,
Uh-huh.
I am from the banking sector, should I continue the consulting or anything, whatever I do? Should it be related to my existing experience area, or should I venture out into some new area?
Okay. Is that a question that you're asking to me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So see, um, typically what people do is they want to leverage what they have learned,
Hmm.
or what the experience that they have gathered in the last 25-30 years, right? That is what typically people want to do. Let's say, for
Hmm.
example, we'll take the same example that you said. What was the example that you mentioned? I was in banking sector. Should I continue to be there? Was the example that you
Hmm.
used, right? Jagan,
Yeah, right.
was that's the
Yeah,
example
yeah,
that you used, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So see, let's say you are working in a banking sector,
Hmm.
right? You know a lot about banking operations.
Hmm.
So which means you can consult somebody who wants to, for example, set up a bank, or set up banking operations. Yeah. But apart from that, you definitely would have worked with people. Am I right? So you are a good people person.
Hmm.
So which means you need not only consult on banking matters, you could also consult on people matters.
Okay. Got it.
because that's a skill that you have learned while working in the banking sector.
Hmm.
Let us say you have been a trainer in the banking sector. There is no need for you to become a consultant in the banking sector itself, but you can be a trainer independent of any sector that you want to represent.
Okay. Thanks.
And the
Yep.
passion based is totally different, right?
Hmm.
Passion based has nothing to do with your prior experience. It has everything to do with your interest, with the experiments that you want to run. That is what is passion based. Like for
Okay.
example, the example, one of the examples that we saw in our own thing was where Ramki Subramanian was making those rocket models. It was purely passion,
Hmm.
which turned into a business.
Yes. Got
Does
it.
that help?
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Anybody else has any question? Happy to take it right now, and please let the question keep coming, but we'll definitely move forward. So, how many of you at this point in time uh, want to be or are thinking? Yeah, let me see if I can also start some business. Want to, or you are thinking. Or the third option is not at all. Or third option is not at all. Paddy asks how to convert passion into a money yielding business. Good question. We'll definitely come there. Thank you for asking that question, Paddy. Very important. We'll definitely come there. So the question is this: how many of you are considering becoming a senior entrepreneur? I am considering, neither considering nor not considering. The third option is not at all considering. Please use the chat and then please chat with me. Option number one, not now. Sureshji says, okay, excellent. Paddy says, I am considering. Thank you, Paddy. What about others? Sumati is saying, I'm considering. Thank you, Sumati. Raj says, money earned is a product of value creation. Okay. Mr. Kashi says, I have already started. Thank you. Excellent. And yeah, we have a few who says, who else is considering, or who else is saying, no, I'm not at all considering. I want to take some time off, and I will consider it later. Or who else is cat on the wall? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else going once? Anybody else? Veera Raghavan says, I'm in business already. Excellent, Mr. Veera Raghavan. Beautiful. So which means you are already a senior entrepreneur. That is what you're saying. Conducted workshops on breathwork. Excellent. Pradeep Kumar says validating some ideas, which means you are considering, right? Otherwise, you would not validate ideas. Thank you, Pradeep, for sharing. So there are a few who says that we are considering. So let me show you this. How to become a senior entrepreneur, right? Senior entrepreneur. Both words combined is seniorpreneur. So we identify your passion and skills. That's step number one. Either what your passions are or what your skills are. Remember when I was talking about the gentleman who retired 2 years ago, who was the head of quality for a large pharmaceutical company. What did he identify? He identified his skill, that he knows how quality works in pharmaceutical organizations, and he used that quality skill, and he started consulting, right? We looked at Ramki, the example in my first slide, as a success story. He identified his passion to create rockets. He was very passionate about space, so he would create rockets, he would create miniature models of space stations and so on and so forth. So that gentleman identified that as a passion. I remember Jagan was asking, I work in banking sector. So the banking domain becomes the skill. right? So the first thing is that we need to identify either or either our passions or our skill. Yeah. The next is we should do a bit of market research. And these may seem very jargonistic words, but they are not at all jargonistic. Just understand them in a very, very, very basic language, in very basic principles. Just understand who your audience and who your market is. Identify the customers to engage. See, if you're trying to sell something, you need to know to whom to who may be the ones who are going to buy it. So identify customers to engage, identify your competitors, analyze the data, and conclude on what your market research is. So this will give you pricing suggestions. This will give you demand suggestions. Is there going to be a lot of demand? Is there going to be less demand? Is there going to be a lot of profit because the competition is less and you can charge a premium? Or there is heavy competition, so you have to compete in price, so you cannot charge a premium. All of those things, your basic market research can help you. Consider market research like, all of us have scouted for real estate at this point in our life, right? All of us, everybody has scouted for real estate. So when we scout for real estate, what do? We undertake all of these steps. Just that we are the ones who are doing all of this. So that's as simple as that is. So you'll get to know. Third is to create a very simple business plan. It has, it has three moving parts. Uh, the first moving part is who. Who are the major players, in shaping your business goals. Second is what. What do you want to offer to your customers? What are the products or services? And the third is actually the very, very important. Can you see here the why? Why are you doing this business? Your story is very, very important, and that could be a game changer, right? So typically whenever you do passion based businesses, like Paddy, you were asking, you were interested in a passion based business. Your why is going to be your selling point. The product less, but it is you who are going to be the selling point. It is your why are you doing that particular, why is this your passion, is going to be a bigger selling point. The next step is to start small. The first day you don't have to do a few lakhs of turnover or a few crores of turnover. We build a solid foundation. We do the money making. We perfect the money making model, and then we grow at our own pace. As I told in the beginning, there is no one fits all formula, right? Everyone's scale is different. Somebody is happy with 5 lakhs, somebody is happy with 50 lakhs, somebody is happy with 500 crores, somebody is even happy with 50,000 bucks, right? It is not about chasing something, it is about being choosing what you want to do, right? So that's it. And stay flexible and enjoy the journey. There will be ups and downs, and the enjoyment is there in actually those ups and downs. There is where the learning is going to be, and there is where we are going to be active as well. So we all do our ups and downs in a hope that a straight line will definitely come. And these are some examples of businesses, low effort but steady revenue. The effort is low, but the revenue will be steady, steady, which means the revenue will keep coming. You can see that you can be a freelance writer. Right? I'm just giving some examples. Freelance writer, this is what it is. And when you look at freelance writing, one of the basic things, because let's say you're good in Tamil, or you're good in English, or you're good in your own language, there is so many platforms where you can do that. I've taken one example of a platform called Fiverr. And there are so many opportunities for somebody to do English to Hindi translation, right? And when you see these English to Hindi translation, there are so many opportunities that come. So much of work is available. At the same time, there are a lot of people doing it, but I'm giving you some examples of how simple it can be, doing it at your own pace, translating a few pages every day because you want to make, because you want to remain active. Money making is not the only reason why you're doing it. Another, let's say, for example, you have a good voice. Somebody here has a good voice, right? And if that is your good voice, and that you identify as your passion or as your skill, then you can become a voiceover artist. And when you become a voiceover artist on a Fiverr, on a platform like Fiverr, you will be one among, can you see here how many people are there? 20,000 people are there. Can you, it's right here. 20,000 results. So many people are offering voiceover services. Of course, this is worldwide. So this is not India, this is not Tamil Nadu, this is not Coimbatore, this is worldwide. So there are a lot of people doing it. This is not something different out of the world at all. Right? So tutoring. Somebody said, I want to teach. Yes, great. These are some of the platforms that you have. Super Prof or my private tutor, where you can, start tutoring students, tutoring people. Maybe you're good at maths. Maybe you're very good at biology, chemistry, something. And you can set up your own profile. You can set up your own hours and rates, and students come to this particular website to get tutored, right? And we are moving to that kind of a world now. Few other services like selling crafts online and homemade sweets. So, online selling is a big thing nowadays, right? Right from, if you want to be a big seller on Amazon, that is possible. No, I don't want to be a big seller on Amazon. One of my employees' wife, yes, wife sells salwars on WhatsApp. That's all. Very simple. She and her business model is very simple, right? I think every twice every week or thrice every week, she will put about 10 uh, photos. She'll keep about 10 photos as her status, and whoever likes us, whoever likes whatever piece, they will respond to that particular status, and she'll start a conversation. And she does a decent 70,000-80,000 rupees a month, right? So it can be as simple as just a private WhatsApp status, or as full-fledged as being a registered seller on Myntra, on Amazon, or on the likes of Flipkart, right? So it can be anything. Now coming to medium effort and medium revenue. So all of these were low effort and steady revenue. This is medium effort and medium revenue. Definitely the risks are, I mean, there is a little more effort than the previous, but the revenue is that much more better. So if we see, we have all of these options, right? And I'm not going to go much in deep, but all of these options are there. HR and recruitment consultants, loan consultant, real estate, insurance, personal wealth, post office, training and development, business consultants, marketing, personality development, health and wellness consultants, so many. Now coming to high effort and high revenue, which means this is serious business. You can, you need to devote quite a good amount of time to make this work, right? So we usually suggest franchisee based businesses, because there, you have a lot of things already in place, and the risk is that much simplified, and exclusive territory rights you get, so on and so forth. Some of them, some of these are top franchisees around you. 5K Car Care, Boa Pua into Asian food. If you like food, you can take up a franchise of Asian food. And these are some sources, franchiseindia.com and franchiseboomi.com. All of these are websites where you can go and you can explore what kind of franchisee opportunities are there. There is a lot of content available. There is, you can, okay, I'm ready to invest 10 lakhs, or I'm ready to, I belong to this place, what franchisee opportunities I have. Both of these websites cater to that. Yeah. So these are some franchisee opportunities, and franchisees are they are high effort, but they are also high revenue. The outcomes are a lot more higher. And this is the screenshot that I took for all of you from franchiseindia.com. So anybody who wants to offer a franchise will post their offering on franchiseindia.com, and people like you and me, we can actually go here and we can search. Okay, I I have experience in this kind of in this kind of a business. So show me relevant franchisees. You can choose, and it will show, and it will also show the investment required, if there is area that is required, and how many franchisee outlets are already running. Right. That is also something that's shown. Very authentic website. You could go and you could have a look at yourself. Franchisee boom is another thing. How many of you are aware of this Kumbakonam Karupati coffee, Kumbakonam Degree coffee, and all of these? There are a lot. Wayland Coffee is a franchisee business, right? So all of these are high revenue, but at the same time, high effort business models for you to become senior entrepreneurs. All of these are there. Excellent. Few other, apart from, franchisees, what else is there? You can actually become any of these, but anyway, let's talk about your turn to shine. Friends, tell me what questions do you have until now? Who likes low effort, okay revenue? Who likes medium effort, medium revenue? Who likes high effort, high revenue? Or if you have your own personal stories to share, please use the chat, and please take a moment to share. Let me see what is here. Sumati has asked, can you please post the presentation in the group? Yes, we will definitely post the presentation in the group. But until now, what have been your thoughts? And while you take a moment to type, Jagan, do you have anything to share from your experience between the slides that I have shown?
Uh, what was running in my mind is how do I handle uh, questions from my family? The common thing which will come out is at this age, do you need all these things? Spend your life, retire life in a relaxed way, or be with the family. Why go and run again? So those
Yes.
kind of comments.
Certainly. See, I think that is the first slide that we looked at, right? That's the stereotypical world that we live in. Yeah. And that's a good question to ponder. Okay, what is going to be um, my stand with my family? And I think people have to discover what they have to mention. That's from my point of view, Jagan. What about you? Do you
Yeah.
have any thoughts to share on that particular question itself?
No, I think that becomes more personal and individual to decide.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, and see, like how I have mentioned, you have low effort or low revenue also. So which means you will be compensated in terms of your effort. It need not be going all ballistic, going back to working 12, 14 hours a day. That is also not required, right? You can calibrate how much you can work. So that's something definitely we can talk to our family. One more thing is that is a show of concern. Okay. And how to address that concern is something that we'll have to figure as we go. Paddy says, I like the low effort or medium effort and returns likewise, because I would love to have some free time to explore, have some new experiences. So very true. Absolutely. I don't advocate going back to, 12 hours of full-time job at all. So definitely low effort, medium effort, is good, and passion-based business is also good because there you also get to learn. All this while we have been chasing paychecks. Now we could chase our passion. So something in that sense is also
Yeah.
good. Thank you for sharing, Paddy. Pradeep Kumar says every decade there is a huge transformation in all the industry. Technology keep changing. Yes, how can we find something evergreen and get standard returns or steady returns to help the basic needs? Need your suggestions. Pradeep, very, very well said. But we don't have a lot of time because we are already at 10. But I will tell you something. The only thing that is constant in this world is change, right? So things will change. We have to adapt ourselves to that, and that's a journey that we as human beings, and most importantly we as Indians, I know, it's in our blood to adapt. We just have to adapt fast and adapt quickly. Yes. Thank you for bringing out that perspective, Pradeep. Kashi Vishwanathan says, I'm not looking at revenue generation, satisfaction of helping people. Target audience is senior citizen. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for sharing, Kashi ji. And that's a societal impact that you're trying to create. Yeah, that's the societal impact that you're trying to create, and that's purpose driven, right? Wonderful. I think we've had quite a share. If there is somebody or some question, please do use the chat box. But other than that, let me all give you one very important thought to with all of you before we depart. Age is just a number. Experience is your superpower. That is what I would say. Experience is your superpower, and age is just a number. So with all of this, I will make sure that each of you get this PPT as well. There are these links. Please go through those links, and the materials that we've also compiled. Please use them. Look at what works with you. If you have any questions, please post it in the group, and we'll be happy. Please do join our WhatsApp community as well. Um, it's coming up in the chat right now. Jagan is going to put it up. And before I depart from Jagan, as well as on behalf of the whole Stay Active Movement community, on behalf of Jagan and myself, wish you a absolutely, absolutely rocking Diwali. Let there be so much of prosperity to you, to your loved ones, to your friends and families, that the prosperity keeps prospering. Thank you very much for being such patient listeners, and thank you very much for sharing all that you wanted to share with lots of love. I'm going on a 2-week vacation, so I'm going to see you only after I'm back in the first week of November. Next week, we don't have the session because it is on the day of Diwali, Tuesday. The subsequent session will be that of Jagan's, and we will post it for all of you to join. Thank you very much. Jagan, do you have anything to say, or shall we close?
Nothing to say, Akash. You already mentioned that next week there will be no session on 21st.
Yes, yes.
So the week after that I'll be handling.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye. Good night. See you. See you, Jagan.
See you, Akash. Bye.